I'm speed matching the locomotives, and I'm using the adjustable speed curve to speed match. This is all the motor voltages at different speeds. So if one locomotive is different from the other, you could use one locomotive as a control and match everything to that, so all your locomotives run at the same speed. That doesn't matter. You could have different decoders, different motors, different gear ratios. You could match all of the locomotives with this in JMRI. So we did match ends, and now we're going to write all of our changes to the decoder. So that one still needs to go a little faster. So if we stop and get it a little closer so you can see, the forward consist is still a little faster. So it's very close, but we want it to be just a little faster. So we'll go back to the computer and adjust the speed table, bump up the action on this one a little more, and we should be good, but we're very close. So we're back here at the computer, the JMRI. So what we're going to do is we needed to bump up the speed just a little bit. So we're at 135. Let's go up to 145. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go down here to match ends, and that will put everything in a constant incline. And it changed everything, one click. And then we're going to write all those changes to the decoder. And that should have increased our speed just enough. So we'll go back and check it against the other locomotives we wanted to match. That's it. Are we close? Holding it, let's let it go. Yeah, that's just about right there. That'll work, perfect. So our little F unit here is running just a tad bit faster. So we'll go back to the computer and speed match it. So we're going to read the full sheet to see what information's already in the decoder. So let's go read full sheet, and that'll tell us where it's set, and that'll be our starting point. So it's reading the CVs right now. Okay, apparently it's all set pretty close to where the computer started at. We need to slow it down a little bit. Okay, so let's take our top speed here, go from value of 255. Let's bring it down to about 100 units. The individual decoder to match what the different maybe RPM of the motor is, or the different gear ratio in the gearboxes, and this allows you to compensate for that. So we're going to match ends to give us a constant incline, and then we're going to write the changes. It's changing the data in the decoder for each CV for each speed step. So now we'll put it back on the track in the staging yard, take a look, see where it's at, and make an adjustment. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. So we're closer, but we're still closing the gap a little too fast, so the F unit needs to slow down a little bit. So we'll go back to the computer and slow her down some more. And try about 50. match the ends, the adjustment, right changes on sheet. It'll automatically change all of the CVs in the speed table in the decoder, so you don't have to change them all individually. This is the beauty of JMRI. You could do it all in the computer very quickly instead of messing around with the throttle changing one. Otherwise you would have to enter manually. If you didn't have JMRI, you would have to enter each CV manually, and what this allows you to do, what would take maybe an hour in maybe minutes or even seconds sometimes. So we're getting closer, but as we accelerate, it's still going just a touch faster, so we need to slow it down just a little more. Okay, we slowed it down. Our max speed step CV here, we brought it back down to 135, match the ends to give it a constant, I guess you'd call it, there's a button here for a constant ratio curve, but it's not a curve, but we want a nice gradual increase in speed with the graph here. So we made our adjustment, and we're going to write the changes onto the sheet, let the computer do its thing. And up here, these are all, each one of these bars in the graph represents a speed step. And each one of these CV values up here is a motor voltage at that speed step. So essentially what you're doing is you're adjusting the motor voltage for each speed step with the graph. Okay, let's go back to the staging yard and see if we're close. Here we go. Okay, we're very close. Just needs a touch more. So we're going to go from 135. Let's go down to 125. Match the ends. Write the changes. Out in the staging yard, gonna silence everything, and then let's see. Oh, I think we're very close. That might be right on the money. Man, I love these Tsunami 2 decoders. Look at that beautiful, smooth motor control. Maybe just one more notch down. Still is a little fast, but we're within the margin of error.
Okay, go.
Bring it down from 125. Let's go. I like to work in increments of 5, so let's bring it down to match ends. Well, it's still not moving over here, so maybe we need to go a little more. Remember, that's the motor voltages at the different speed steps. There we go. Let's give that a try. Oh, I think we got a winner. I'm happy with that. Let's move it just a little closer with my hand. Oh, perfect. I love it. I think we've got a winner. Perfectly speed matched. Okay, stopping. So now that we've perfected the other A unit, we have the other two B units and the other A unit. They're the exact same manufacturer, same motor, same gear ratios, so we could make an assumption that the changes that we made for the first A unit will work for the subsequent units. So the other two B units and the A unit we could match to our speed curve or our custom speed table that we made for the original A unit. So now all we're going to do is we already have the data from the other locomotive. We're just going to write full sheet, and it's going to match perfectly what we just did to the other A unit. And then we'll do that for the other B unit and then the other A unit. So you'll have a match set, perfectly matched speed match set, ABBA set of SP F7 Black Widows.